Surus is a man of integrity, yet the females who become his target suffer from a peculiar agitation in their hearts. A fierce battle unfolds. Soldiers scramble across the battlefield. A voluptuous demon stands at the center of the chaos. The humans shout that the monster's formation is impenetrable, there's no way to win. The imposing demon addresses them mockingly. "Hey, friends, you all seem a bit scared. What's up? These humans really don't have the same taste as my king." This is the demon queen, Princess Yue. A blonde companion on the ground speaks urgently to Surus. "You have to run. These monsters are at a very high level. Don't worry about me, you're F-rank trash, terrible, useless, disgusting, worthless. You won't be able to do anything." But our protagonist is resolute. He declares he came here to protect everyone's safety in the city. He won't flee at a critical moment like this. "Don't worry, I know how to deal with her." Though he mutters under his breath, "Damn, why does she have to be so inflated?" he's not complaining. The boy shares our sentiment. He insists he won't abandon the battle, he must bring justice to this world, fighting every creature. His nose begins to bleed. His friend pleads with him to stop acting crazy. "My body can't even stand against her. How are you going to fight her?" A goblin reports to the queen that two are still alive. She instantly orders their execution. Our protagonist stands stoic, unmoved like a rock. She declares she'll make Surus's head into a wine cup. That's when the system activates. You need to add fuel to the fire. The queen is enveloped in a purple aura. She appears before him, and Jesus, she's enormous. That would be a lot of work to handle, but Elon Musk would envy his productivity. Her hand engulfs his entire head. She leans in with her gaping mouth, ready to deliver the lethal, cruel blow. But suddenly, the system chimes, full kiss completed. Surus explains his system can constantly increase his power if he can create agitation in female monster hearts. The blonde friend stares in disbelief. "Surus, what are you doing?" The queen collapses to the ground on her knees. The goblins are confused. "Princess, what are you doing?" Surus gives a sidelong glance. Slash. The sword passes through like butter. The queen regains consciousness and steps back, bewildered. "What happened to me? I got a little crazy, heated up, drooling, and I don't know why. I was going to kill him. Why did I decide to kiss that filthy, small human's mouth? It's this jerk's doing. He has some damn magic. It's going to be a more complex battle than I anticipated." Surus shouts, "For the safety of the people in this city, no matter what happens, I won't give up. I'll go all out until the end of the battle. I will put my honor, my values, and my body at risk to save everyone." The goblins murmur among themselves. "Damn, the dude there really kissed the princess. That's wild. I wish I was that human." Suddenly, another goblin arrived, shouting, "You guys are crazy to question her feelings for the king. That human used some kind of magic, it must be." The queen is frightened. "I can't let the king know I kissed a human. But there's something weird, my heart is beating too fast." Surus's system displays agitation value 15%. She sends the goblins to attack again. He stands stone cold as always. A trembling goblin is already airborne, coming down with an axe blow. Our guy is prepared and skillfully dodges the strike. After blocking, his sword is damaged. He looks ahead, another goblin is coming with a hammer blow. At the right moment, he crouches. Right now, his defense is the same, but his attack has increased. He cuts the goblin, who manages to dodge, though his weapon is split. But there's another behind him. "Give me a break. What's this?" Surus mutters. Goblins were supposed to chill out a little at the beginning of the series, but these are desperate to kill me. He sidesteps and uses an aura cut with his increased power. The blonde friend is shocked. How is he holding up against all this? This isn't the power of an F rank. Look how confident he is. But these gym bro goblins aren't easy to deal with. His cut only scratches the chest. He hears something behind him It's the queen coming from above, ready to strike with all her mighty thighs. An incredible display of power and flexibility. He's going to be crushed. He crosses his arms to defend, and an explosion erupts. The blonde friend even closes her eyes as flying debris scatters everywhere. The goblins want to know what happened. They didn't expect this. Cirrus is on the ground, and someone is using him as a mechanical bull. The goblins rush to save her, but her tail whips out not the back part we wanted, but it's what kills the goblin. She's there, gigantic, on top of our defenseless guy. The poor goblin is sent flying far away. The queen tells the goblins that no one should do anything. Whoever disobeys this order will suffer. From her facial expression, it seems she's in the mood to play poker with our guy. The system says her agitation is already at 91%. She keeps asking herself what's happening. The goblins are confident the queen will kill him. She opens her mouth. "I'm going to bite you to death." She grabs his head, saying he looks tiny in her hands. My ex said the same words one time, he thinks. She's going to end him by inflicting pain on his ears. They turn red. A little drool appears. Plus 50 defense. Cirrus thinks, what can I do? This is the price of my power. Even if it goes against my honor, I have to endure it for the safety of the people. It's hard, it's squishy, it's warm. But for the Empire, I will stay here until I have the necessary power to overcome this fight, no matter if it's an insult to me. The queen is puzzled. What am I doing? Why did I feel like doing this with this human? Our guy is trying to resist the strong sequence of blows she's hitting him with. She says she hates him. She can't understand why her body isn't responding to her orders. She's a powerful creature, what's happening? Our guy gains 120 agility. The goblins are already celebrating. The queen wants to kill him, right? I think so, another says. But one points out, stop talking nonsense. You can see by her dog eyes, red cheeks, and gasping that she's not trying to kill him. Our little guy gains 130 defense, plus 150 attack power. He's just enjoying, getting stronger. He thinks, now I have enough status to deal with these monsters. It's my turn to fight. He goes for a surprise attack on her back. She did want to get hit from the back, but not with that blade. She says, "You are a traitor and an evil boy." She stops him with her tail, then grabs him by the neck. He realizes he hasn't gained enough strength yet. Now the goblins are cheering again. I told you she wanted to kill him. She's very cruel and was just playing mind games with that poor human. Our guy realizes he's without armor, but he's not scared. Look at his Sigma face. The demon stretches out her hands, getting ready for a lethal blow. She's thinking she has to endure it, she has to resist all this urge, but there's something building up inside her. The system says, agitation value 100%. Our guy is being crushed. He's under the happy mountains. She's coming down. It's time for a delicious punishment. He says, with my current strength, I can't defeat this monster. His friend wonders aloud, is this a fight? Our guy is already closing his eyes, repeating in his head, for the safety of the city, I'll be a small sacrifice for the greater good. Even if she uses all her weight to finish me up, I'm not hesitating. I will stay here. I will fight to the end. It's time to show her what happens when I get serious. He throws his hand behind her head. I'll show you my power. He pulls her closer, gaining more defense, more strength, more concentration, more everything. At this point, the goblins are all perplexed. A guy from afar sees everything. My beloved, what are you doing, babe? He's the king and her husband. But look at her face while our boy is all smiles. She glances to the side. Oh, it's the king. Cirrus thinks he won't take it well. The system warns, it's detected that the demon king took a critical hit. All your bonuses are doubled. The cuckolded king goes crazy while she's stuck to our guy, saying, hey, I'll explain, it's not what you're thinking. Cirrus thinks, I don't know if my current strength is enough. But here comes another big bite from her. The bull shouts and flies in their direction, telling the queen to get out of the way. He strikes with his sword, which is defended. Surus is thrown to the ground next to the blonde girl. She asks, "Surus, are you okay?" He gets up, saying he can still take a little more, staring at the broken relationship. He thinks about how the king had disappeared and in an instant was in front of him. Not to mention, the attack power was much higher than he thought. The Demon King says to the queen, "Didn't you say this wouldn't happen again?" Poor king, it isn't even the first time. This is the Demon Lord Barrett. He tells the queen he has forgiven some of her small mistakes. "So why are you still acting like this?" She screams, "The reason for all this is your fault. Why were you so late? Why did you take so long?" Okay, the cuckold's fault is that he didn't come home on time. The king is shocked. What do you mean? Even the goblins are puzzled. She scolds him, saying it's all his fault, all this happened because he was late again. That's why she does these things, and he still has the audacity to question and threaten her. The king is speechless, stunned, unable to say anything. She continues scolding him. "Why were you so late? Explain why you didn't get here earlier." She turns her head angrily. The king tries to calm her. "Oh, my dear, don't get angry. I was wrong. I was dealing with other humans." Even the goblins are impressed with how the king lowered himself to the queen, accepting such humiliation. While Surus and his friend want to secretly slip away while no one's paying attention, the difference in strength between him and the king is too great. Surus helps his friend, whose legs are hurt, and they try to escape. Back to the cuckold. The queen says it's all a problem with the king never being on time. That human seduced her because he wasn't there. The angry bull accepts it. "It's true, my dear. No need to cry. It's all my fault. But it's all fine, I'm going to kill him now, so don't feel bad." She grabs his leg, saying of course she won't feel bad. He's the love of her life. How could she fall in love with someone like that human? Just because she couldn't resist doing all of that with him doesn't mean she likes him. The king sees that Surus is fleeing away. He asks the goblins, "Aren't you doing anything?" The goblin says the queen told them not to interrupt her fun because she wanted to enjoy all she could. The king gives a shout. "You bunch of idiots!" Flying towards Surus, who is unfortunately distracted, his back facing the king, he notices at the last instant. An explosion occurs, and Surus is thrown. This time, he's in pain. The queen is just watching. She sees him fall next to her. Surus even broke some ribs and knows he has no way to defend himself against that guy. Not to mention, he's too fast to react. At the moment, he's no match. And he's coming again. The king comes raging. Surus is about to be cut in half. Barrett shouts, "I'm going to cut you in half for seducing my pure, beloved wife." Surus thinks there's no escape anymore. The strike is about to hit when the queen slaps the king in the face. The king is stunned. How come? Meanwhile, Surus has already gotten up and is running away. The king is crying. "Why, my beloved, are you doing this?" She just apologizes, saying she feels very bad, but she can't see that guy die. Those words deliver another critical hit to the king. This betrayal is too much. All Surus wants is to get out of this place now. The queen looks at the king and asks for the body of that human because she wants to do her cruel attacks on him like she did before until he passes out. That's too much for the king. He couldn't take it anymore. He feels as if losing a battle would be 100 times better. He says, "My dear, what are you talking about? Is that really what you want?" But she's going crazy. She needs Surus right now. The king even has to hold her while crying. "You said I was the love of your life. Don't go to him, I'm the king. He's just a small human." But she rips her hand off him, activates her power, and jumps on him, saying she can't take it anymore, she needs to let it all out. What it is, I don't know. You tell me, brother. She gives him a big hug. The king from afar sees everything while our guy is gaining more power, 140 more concentration, more attack, more speed. Look at his face, in pain and agony, thinking all he can do now is try to survive. The king asks, "My beloved, is it because I'm not good enough? Or is it that human's fault? What does he have that I don't have? I'm going to kill him now for you." But she responds, "Don't bother us. We have a lot to do right now." He even falls to his knees. The system says the demon Lord Barrett collapsed, and Surus gains 5 more levels. The blonde friend says it's time to flee. She comes to give him a sword, but he tells her not to, it's dangerous. She gets hit by a tail slap and is thrown against the wall. The queen keeps hurting Cirrus, saying she feels she's not the same person as before, but strangely, in her heart, she feels a lot of joy. While she's lost in all that joy, the king is getting up, saying he's tired of this, it's all lies. He comes to hit her again, but when he sees her lovely face, he stops. Even though Cirrus is right under her, the king doesn't have the courage to hurt that beautiful creature. He starts crying, turns black and white as if his soul is broken. He drops the sword. He can't take it anymore. His soul is already leaving his body. The system says Demon Lord Barrett has entered a total collapse and is about to self-destruct. 3 more levels for Cirrus. "Queen," she asks, "what are you doing, Barrett?" The goblins want to flee. "Let's get out of here, Queen." But she's being hugged by the king, who wants to go to the afterlife with her. This collapse of the king has finally made Cirrus reach level 10, and with that, he receives a new ability, the Pleasure Slash. Seeing that such a powerful queen would die, our boy doesn't hesitate to use his new skill to finish the king, cutting right through him. The Pleasure Slash is a skill where the body becomes a shadow, and you teleport through the enemy within 5 meters, slashing right at the target. The queen is scared to see the king falling to the ground, but with that, his self-destruction has been averted. Our guy realizes that if he levels up, he'll gain more upgrades and more skills, while the queen shows how cruel she is when she sees the king laying on the ground. She thinks, he really had a weak mind and body. He didn't deserve someone like me. But even without a head, the king jumps on her, hugging her waist. She'll die along with her, he promises. She says she doesn't want to, but he's already activated self-destruction again. Our boy is already running when he sees the queen crying desperately. "Someone save me, please." Our guy sends the slash, grabs her arm, got to save the juiciest one. Everything explodes, but our guy is going to escape with the baddies. Everybody falls to the ground. There's someone above him, a lizard on top of his chest. It's the body of the demon queen, Yug. But with a life value of 9, she took a little run by his body and went into his pocket. His friend is doing us a favor, but Cirrus just wants to look at the system, which says, Lord Demon Barrett defeated successfully. Reward for elimination, dungeon map. Wow, my reward is a map. Should I click on this map or not? I need to think very carefully. Our boy is taking his time, like he really has to think a lot. "Oh, hey, how are you? Can you get off there, please?" She finally gets off. He clicks on the system and opens the map of the place. The map shows everything, where the dead ends are, where the traps are, the resources you can get, and even the boss room marked. He's excited. This way, they can go straight to the boss room without worrying about getting lost. The blonde asks, "What are you seeing there?" He says it's nothing, only he can see the system. He gets up and helps her. That's when he feels something in his heart. He falls to the ground, vomiting weird stuff. The blonde asks what's going on. His hand is already turning purple. His little finger is shining. Damn broken little finger, what's happening? He's agonizing, rolling on the ground on his back. Something's already coming out. She asks what's happening, then comes to hug him. She feels his body is hot, as if he's catching fire. His little finger seems to have dissolved. Our guy is going to lose consciousness in the arms of the waifu. After some time, he finally recovers. She asks, "Surus, what's happening with your body? Why is it melting?" He explains he was poisoned. The city of Warcraft was attacked 6 months ago. He saw a bunch of monsters fighting against the guild folks. One of the guild members was carrying a box. The boss came to strike, landing right on the box, which was destroyed by the monster. When it opened, Cirrus was thrown far away, buried in rocks. The box was dripping with the same stuff he vomited. The demon got in front of that guy, and from the sky rained blood. The smell was so terrible he started vomiting. Every piece of flesh disintegrated when touched by that rain. Even the monsters were dissolved. But he, buried in the rocks, was safe from the rain. Even without touching it, just by smelling it, he was poisoned. When he woke up in the hospital, the doctor said he had at most a year to live. But the blood of the demon god could save him. That's when the system appeared with a message: if you accept the system, you'll have a chance to get the blood of the Demon King. Obviously, he accepted right away. It was that or die. The system told him the blood of the Demon King is in the dungeon. Back in the dungeon, he says he learned how to recover slightly when the venom attacks him after a while. But now he needs the blood of the Demon King because he's running out of time. He needs to go and finish this place so he can get that blood. But first, they need a few more armors and equipment. They'll have to go through a room nearby to search for some new items. The scene changes to a group of adventurers walking through the dungeon. A guy is there with his shield in front, all confident. But his eye closes, and in a second, a laser passes right through the middle of his face. The blonde guy tells everyone to calm down. If you make a wrong move, you might trigger some hidden mechanism and kill another person. Even the tank, who is the most resistant here, died in one hit. But someone has to clear the way. So who's going to go? Or who's going to be dragged? The guy with the bangs shows up and says, "Whoever has the lowest level goes first. Those are the rules." The weakest guy says, "You're crazy. I don't want to do this." But Bangs explains, "You already know what's going to happen. You either die there or die here," threatening him with a sword. "You know the consequence of disobeying orders, don't you?" The blonde guy tells him to wait. He made a device that rebounds. Give it to the guy. It'll at least increase his chance of survival. But the psycho just cuts it off, saying it's unnecessary. His friend asks, "Dude, what was that? That could have helped everyone." The guy with the bang says, "If you show me other garbage like this, I'll kill you. Now get up." The guy is shaking, thinking he can die at any instant. While searching for traps, he tries to be as careful as possible, step by step. It's a mix of relief and desperation. He just stares at the ground. The crazy guy says, "Come on, we don't have all day." He wants to lift his leg, but he's sweating. Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater mom's spaghetti. One more step forward. Nothing happens. Now keep going. The guy is about to go crazy. He can't walk anymore. There's no more courage left in his body. Shouting that he doesn't want to die, he runs toward them. But he steps wrong. At that moment, everyone is shocked and confused. This time, the killing blow comes from above. The device changes even the direction of the attack, and there's no way to know where it's coming from. The guy's body falls lifeless to the ground, signaling the danger of taking a single step. The guy with the bangs coldly says, "Now, who's the lowest level?" But it's at this moment that a doorway down the corridor opens. The guy turns to see what it is. It's Cirrus. Apparently, they know each other because the blonde guy says, "Cirrus is from the distraction team, and he should be dead by now." Crazy One didn't like seeing Cirrus alive and shouts, "You idiot! How are you still alive?" Cirrus is confused by that question and asks what he means. Then, sometime before they went to the dungeon, the guy shouts, "You bastard! How do you know the color of my wife's panties? Explain how you have such accurate information about her body. Surus says he's training his intuition for the next battle. That's why he can perceive the color of anything around him. The cuck of this timeline doesn't like that. He goes to cut Surus's neck and asks him one more time, explain why you know this, what's your relationship with her? The cuck's friends hold him back. Calm down, Captain, you can't kill anyone in the city or you'll be arrested. He hits his chest, shouting, I won't allow you to tarnish my integrity like this. I'll show you the result of my training. My intuition helps me with any gender, so I know this about you guys. The one on the right isn't wearing anything. You're wearing pink, and the two on the left are a couple. One of the cuck's friends looks at the captain and says, Captain, I think we should kill this guy anyway. That's the best logical, mature decision. But on the other side, another guy says, Captain, you can't kill him. If they find out it was you, you're screwed. That's when they get an idea. Let's put him in the bait group that goes in front. He's going to die anyway. Back to the dungeon, Surus is thinking, why did I meet the subjugation team again? Cuck 2.0 says, Siri, come here now. As the expedition captain, I order you to come. Surus knows the guy's intention. He wants to see where Surus dies to know where the trap is. But the blonde guy tells Surus not to move and says, Captain, we can just go back the same way he came. It's easier for everyone, and no one will risk their life. But do you think the villain's going to do something smart? He says no, they've already lost too many friends to get here. They're going to move forward. What's the logic? None. And that's what the blonde guy thought. But the captain says they don't have to worry. Surus's intuition is so good that he's not going to die unless he disobeys the orders. The system tells Surus the safe route. Just to provoke the captain, our guy makes a stupid face and then goes in their direction. The blonde girl holds his hand and tells him not to go. She knows something's wrong with this path. It's better they look for another direction than for him to die meaninglessly. But Surus says it's the captain's order, so he has to go. He takes the first step, and everybody's impressed that he's really coming. How does he have all this courage? This F rank is out of his mind. But the system is telling him about all the safe spots. Go forward 3 spaces, then turn left. Without hesitation, Surus just goes. The guys everyone think he's the luckiest guy alive. Surus keeps going smoothly. Turns left. Takes 2 steps. Turns right. He's already getting there. Does a little jump. The guys don't understand what he's doing. How can he be so bold and so reckless? Surus almost loses his balance, scaring everyone. The boss captain is looking, thinking, why hasn't he activated any mechanism? The system says it's just 5 more steps. Surus is 100% confident he's not going to die. The captain looks at him incredulously. He passes by the dead body and finally reaches the team. Everyone is thinking he really has the best possible intuition. That's why he survived and also knew the color of the captain's wife's panties. Surus then says, "This is the result of my training. I'm innocent." The captain instantly puts the blade on his neck. He can't believe it's all based on intuition. This little guy is lucky, but sooner or later, his luck will have to run out. He tells him to go ahead. Surus is leading smoothly until he sees a mushroom there. The system warns that mushroom increases physical strength but causes diarrhea. He remembers the monster girl in his pocket. Is she hungry? Am I going to give her these mushrooms, or maybe I'm going to eat them? He's already drooling, wanting to take a bite. Suddenly, the captain asks what he's doing. He says he's just getting some mushrooms. The captain snatches it from his hand, instantly eats it, and says, "Everything in this dungeon belongs to the Crusade team. You can't take anything without permission," while he hits Sarah's chest. Our boy tells him, "All right, Captain, I'll follow your orders." He knows that soon the captain will have a bad time in this dungeon. The blonde guy says to Bella, "I'm sorry. I didn't know you were put in that group." At least she's being healed there. She says she joined this group voluntarily. The guy asks why. She just looks at Cirrus while he's there, telling the guy that door will lead to the boss, and the door next to it leads to a dead end. After some time, her fracture has already been healed. He asks her, "Bella, don't tell me you joined this group just to protect that F-class trash imbecile loser." She says that's correct, she wants to protect Cirrus. But the guy explains to her that the investigation in the bait group only serves for them to discard people. Whoever is in this group is just a waste of resources. The only way they serve is to die on the front lines. You shouldn't do something like that again. But it's all right, I'm going to protect you. Cirrus then tells the captain this is the correct way. He just tells him, "All right then, go open the door." Our guy doesn't want to. The captain tells him, "Wait a minute, are you asking my powerful members to go and risk themselves? No, go and open that door." With that, Cirrus goes to open the door. The guys are already holding the sword, scared that something's going to appear. But the captain's stomach ache has already started. Our guy opens the door very calmly. Everyone is dying with anticipation, but the guy in red is smelling something strange. Huh, is this smell familiar? It's not human. The captain turns, "Stop talking nonsense," and he gets running again, or he'll be poisoned too. The leader reaches a wall. The captain says, "Cirrus, do you know what the properties of that mushroom were? And that's why you ran, didn't you?" But Cirrus tells him, "Captain, no, what's the problem with the mushroom?" But the captain is holding his pants. One of the members gets a stone for him to sit and rest. "Captain, are you tired? You can sit down." But the captain just kicks it. "Shut up, I don't need to sit." He puts the sword on Sarah's neck, saying, "If you run again, I'll kill you." Our protagonist says, "All right, Captain, I'm not going to run." Damn. Then they keep walking. Cirrus is always giving the right calls. "Oh, don't step here." "Huh, there's a big dragon right there next to it. Let's go this way to avoid the creatures altogether. Don't touch anything here." The captain finds it strange because the deeper they go, the less they need to worry about. And besides that, they haven't seen any monsters yet. Is he really avoiding everything with his deduction skills? No, it's not possible. This guy would be eaten by a D-rank monster at any moment, let alone knowing the whole way. But Sir tells them they're almost at the boss's room. The captain draws his sword, saying, "If we get to the boss's room, you won't have to be alive anymore. I don't know if it was luck, but yours ended here." The captain notices that on top of Cirrus, there's a pillar. He activates an aura on the sword and sends a slash up there to hit right on our little guy's head. While it falls, he's thinking, it's just an F-class guy who died to a completely normal dungeon mechanism. But something suddenly appears from there. Cirrus tries to protect himself while everything explodes. Something hits the captain in the chest, a big creature that was inside the pillar. It faces everyone while Cirrus ends up on the other side, separated from the group. The captain is in shock. If I hadn't blocked it, I would have been dead. Our guy puts his hands on the stone, thinking, "Damn, I'm stuck here." Then he hears a feminine voice saying, "I'm a human being here." Oh, here comes another cruel monster girl for sure. The girl tells him he's disgusting, making her remember the time she confessed to her crush. And Jesus, this monster girl ain't Alaska, but she has some big white mountains. Then we see the fight with the teammates against the rock creature, which is already releasing a big shout with an evil purple aura. It's a banked scorpion puppet. Everyone is trying to keep the formation because this creature is way too powerful for this low-level team. While Bella finds it strange that the sword she received is too heavy, Tyr, the blonde guy, orders the defense group to prepare. They grab their shields. He calls the archers. The guys are at least organized. A rain of arrows is sent against the monster. Lightning showers over it. but I don't think it's causing anything to the creature that just hits the air with a blow that rips everything off and even sends the arrows back. Tyr is in shock. All the arrows were stopped just with the wind of his blow. Not to mention they didn't even scratch it. The captain, who loves to order a lot and do nothing, says, "What are you standing here for? Go up now. There's no need to be afraid of just one monster." Whereback was Surus, who's thinking, what was that voice? He sees a little glint in the darkness, and suddenly something attacks him. He dodges it just in time to soon realize it was the tail of some creature that has already jumped on him. He moves aside and gets in the perfect position to punch the creature. Take this one. With 3D 190 power, he pierces the creature. It seems all the hard work he did with the last demon girl was pretty effective. The creature is evaporated. The voice says, "You destroyed my creature with one punch." But Sirius is thinking the elixir to remove this poison from his body is right in the room ahead. He can't waste his time with these meaningless fights. That's when the bank female, Sada, shows up, saying she doesn't mind that he destroyed it because she doesn't want anything touched by a human hand. She was going to use that creature to rip his head off, but now she's going to take care of that job herself. He sees it's another female monster and tells her, "My head won't come off so easily just with your hands. You're going to have to use everything you have." But she tells him she won't touch his disgusting body with her hands that would make her dirty. Then we see she's controlling the monster on the other side with some lies. She says she'll deal with him first and then finish off the people outside, already lifting her foot. Wow, the guy is already bleeding from the nose, and all she did was lift her legs. Maybe she found Sarah's weak point. But there he comes with his speech, saying protecting humanity is his duty. He's going to stay here. He's going to fight even if she tortures him. The system is starting to activate. She rushes to give him a kick, but surprises him by grabbing his neck with her thighs, throwing him to the ground. Sirius couldn't even react. The system finally locks on her, giving that little aura around that we know is going to create some confusion in her mind. She's glaring at him from above, saying he underestimates her abilities. The agitation is already at 16%. On the other side, her creature is getting shy and reddish. Tyr thinks his attacks are taking effect. Then Satyr touches Sur's face with her lethal weapon, saying he's a human who got this far, but now is going to be treated like a dog, torturing his face in a way that could rival some of the cruelest people in this world. She flicks on him very hard, saying she hates it when humans enter her room. Surus is thinking she's too strong. He can't allow this to happen, but now he is powerless against such strength. He needs to finish her off now. Looking at her foot, he gets ready to attack it, and then goes for a lethal blow. Esther is confused. She asks what he's doing with her foot. Is he crazy? But it's already plus 220 agility for our guy. Back on the other side of the fight, the knight is thrown to the ground, and the monster is still red-faced. Bella's noticing there's no movement on the other side. She just hopes he isn't unconscious. She needs to get him out from under those rocks. Tyr tells her to wait, but she thinks she really needs to save Sirius. She rushes, but the creature goes to hit her back. She stops there in a beautiful movement. When she's about to get hit, Tyr defends. Seeing the rocks, she thinks Sirius is a guy that never gives up. I'm sure he's okay. Back to the other side, I think the cave is wet because Sat's foot is wet and slippery. She says, "This water is disgusting." But our boy gains 340 agility. He almost loses his breath, but finally frees himself. She's angry, saying she can't believe he dirtied her foot like that. Sir sees in the system he can't use his only skill because he doesn't have a weapon to make a cut. If I knew, I would have brought even that broken sword. But since that's the case, I can only use my punch. He's already going for it, but Esther easily dodges, giving him a nasty look. Now he really takes a kick in the face. But you know what he did when he took that hit. The legendary popsicle hit. He's thrown far but gives her 54% agitation. Saturn starts to whisper to herself, wondering what she's thinking. What's going on? She activates her line on the ground. She needs to kill this guy quickly. She pulls the line to one side and sends it towards Surus. He stares at it, then sidesteps and dodges. After all that intense battle with her, he has enough status to dodge and predict some of her movements. He raises his hand, focusing his mana, and cuts the tail in half. But there's something coming at his face. He takes another hit, falling to the ground again. Sat really likes this move. She says he was caught again, this time he won't escape. He'll be suffocated by her strong hip flexors and hamstrings. But Cirrus is tired of this. He raises his hand, saying he's going to show her the power he has in his grip, and then practices his forearm strength with all his might. But suddenly, she hits him with a kick. Now she's really stepping hard. She's angry, saying he should not use his nasty hand to touch her leg. She uses the scorpion's tail he broke to lock him to the floor. Now he's screwed. He knows that even stealing status, she's too strong too much for our boy. She says it's time to crush his head. Surus is gaining stamina, perception he's gaining magic. While Sat finds it strange why it's so interesting to walk over him, she says she wants to walk all over his physique. Agitation is at 66%. She activates the lines there on her monster that's also going crazy, already with its legs a little wobbly. The guy who saw that thinks he's already losing his balance. We're about to win. While Satyr comes with another aggressive blow, stepping on him, look at the angry face she makes while crushing this poor guy. Bella's still running. Go, girl. One day you will arrive, I believe in you. But suddenly, the scorpion's tail is coming in front of her. She defends, but it's a hard impact. Tyr sees she's thrown far. The captain there hasn't done anything but poop so far. Surus is telling Satyr to wait, but she has no mercy. She doesn't stop. The pain is intense, and the trauma is irreversible. The scorpion's tail, this time, is heading toward the captain. He defends, sending the attack to the side that breaks the stone. Seeing that from far, the captain knows that if he hadn't defended, it would have pierced him. In the poor boy's side, agitation is at 95% this time. The monster is coming for the captain. He wasn't prepared to defend himself, but too late, there's nothing he can do. The captain defends himself and sees the creature hesitates in front of him. He takes the opportunity to use his ability, the tiger that runs through the body. A bunch of cuts are done, and he sends the monster back. The group is impressed. While the captain is so strong, my God, one blow, and he pushed it back. Meanwhile, the cruelty continues. Man, this is turning into actual torture, even though before it was fun and games. The captain is approaching, saying he's going to end it. Just watch. While Saturn is confused with why she's going crazy, why is she doing this to this human? She says she needs to calm down, there's something wrong. Her body is heating, and her thoughts are getting wild. Cirrus, on the other hand, is saying it's really hard to win over her. She has flexible legs, and moreover, he can't find a place to escape. If it continues like this, his body won't hold up. He needs to go for a Sama-level attack. He opens his mouth as if he was about to eat a hamburger after starving for 100 days and goes for a crushing sequence of chewing. What he didn't expect was that she would push her cruelty even deeper, telling him he was saying too much and should just be stuffed in silence. I don't want to hear that disgusting voice of yours. Shut up. That's the moment Cirrus reaches Ultra Instinct with 160 vitality, plus concentration, plus stamina. The captain is in his fight with a terrible creature. Here we are again. While the poor creature agonizes because of all quote-unquote pain, he defends the blow. He's feeling himself. Everybody says, wow, it's the classic captain's move. The big one falls to the ground while she lifts her foot after a precise blow to our kid around the creature. Everybody's celebrating there while our boy gains another 3,000 defense, plus 4,000 agility. She's torturing the poor kid 200 perception. The captain is confident. I'm very strong. Satyr was enjoying every second when she heard a voice in her mind. Satyr, why are you so noisy out there? It's the Lord the boss from this place. She backs off from Surus. Not even his power made her stay. She's confused and scared. Even for a moment, she forgot the Lord's orders. She needs to kill this human quickly. She clenches her fist. I'm going to fix my mistakes. But Sat gained 10,000 attack power and asked her, Are you sure you want to continue this fight? She's confused. His aura looks like the boss's aura, the owner of this dungeon. Under such terrible pressure, look how big he is in front of her right now. She has no chance after all that intense, exhaustive fight. So she runs away, scared. Surus didn't do anything, just got cruelly stepped on and let her go. When he sees her running away, he thinks, am I going to chase her or just forget about it? My goal here is the blood of the demon god. It's not worth spending physical energy on her. Everybody around the captain is praising him. Wow, you're the bravest, invincible. While Bella is running over to the pile of stones, she's going to dig. When boom, look who's here, Surus. She asks, Are you okay? Are you hurt? But he tells her he's fine, relaxed. She grabs his arm. No, I need to take a look. Let me see. He tells her again that he's fine, she can chill now. Tyre from far away doesn't like that Bella is so worried about Surus. Captain raises his arm and gives a speech. Everyone, listen. We're going to defeat the boss because I'll show my strength to you all right now. The captain's confidence is sky high, saying he's sure this dungeon is not even D class. If he can win this, he'll be promoted and make a lot of money. Satyr is talking to the boss. Lord, there's a very strong human outside. Strangely, when he arrived, he seemed weak, but his power increased to an unimaginable size. Please be careful. The boss tells her, Satyr, what are my orders? She answers, I have to look at the door and not let anyone in. Then he tells her, so what are you doing here? She got lost in her fears, saying she was stabbed, and then he blew up in power, and she ran without thinking. But the boss tells her she will be dragged away, saying he doesn't want to hear any excuses from her. He gives her a slap and sends her flying. She falls in a pile of bodies. She's thinking she doesn't want to die like that. Will she help our buddy? The Lord is making an offering to a demon there, saying it's finally almost ready. Thousands of humans were used as fuel, and now the demon's blood is finally starting to boil. At that time, the door explodes. Is it him? The Lord looks back, asking, Who dares to enter my room? The captain says, I came to bring fear to your heart, he's confident. The system shows that in the cauldron is something that can release Sarah's poison. The demon looks at the captain and asks, Is this the powerful human Saturn spoke of? Surus is only thinking about how he can get that elixir for his curse. The captain and the guys are all cheering. Go, captain, show him the strength of humans. Surus recognizes what's in the middle there. It must be the so-called blood of the demon. The boss makes the pentagram, then just raises a finger and attacks the captain, a strong aura that consumes his armor. He's thrown far away. Everyone turns in shock. He hits the wall. The soldiers are worried. Hey, Captain, are you okay? While the demon asks, Is this the most powerful human Sat was talking about? She really was a waste. The captain is there, finished, thinking, one blow, and I was destroyed. It was lucky I'm wearing this dragon's rank armor my brother gave me. Otherwise, I would have died. The guys there come to help him up. Captain, your armor broke. But the captain is confused. What's up with this dungeon? Why are the forces of these beasts so different? It doesn't make sense for me to try to beat this guy. I'm going to have to use my team to weaken this monster's strength. And then when he's weakened, I'll act. That's the best course of action. He raises his sword, shouting, "Everyone, follow my lead. Let's go for it. Everyone, use your special abilities." But Tyr says, "Captain, if everyone just goes without a plan, we'll suffer many casualties. It's better to use the strategy with the front shield." The captain shouts at him, "Are you questioning my judgment? Are you going to disobey my orders?" Tyr says this is not the case. "Shut up already." The captain turns to everyone. "Everyone, grab your weapons and fearlessly go for it." Everyone rushes toward the boss. The devil says, "You bunch of ants. It doesn't matter if you're alive or dead, your flesh and blood are not even fit for an offering." Everyone's going for it, thinking they have a chance. Now is the time to show him the difference between monsters and humans. But suddenly, a laser comes and wipes out everyone in a second. Surus saves the day, but the rest got toasted. The captain dodges to the side just in time, but his sword is done already. The boss goes in his direction, floating. "You now feel fear?" The captain understands he couldn't win. He needs to find a way out. Tyr sees the arms of his buddies, all burned. The captain runs away, screaming, "Follow my orders, retreat." But Surus grabs him. The captain shouts, "You bastard, let go of me." Surus tells him, "You said you were the strongest in this group. The battle with the boss isn't over yet, so you're not leaving." The captain swings his arm, trying to get away. "I'll do whatever I want. I'm the captain. If you want to die so badly, stay here alone." The devil raises his finger. "You invaded my home, and now you want to flee." The captain is in shock. "Look behind you. He's going to attack. With that power, let me..." The captain doesn't understand how he can't release himself from that trash F-rank grip. "Everyone's running away. I told you to let go already." He's going to give him a blow. He's sure he's going to win. But Cirrus just holds on to his fist and almost breaks his hands. Then Cirrus tells him, "You have to keep your word. If you're the strongest, protect your group," and throws him. He went face to face with the devil's attack. An explosion occurs. Everyone's running away. The captain's body falls on the ground. Our protagonist says, "Now it's my turn," pulling out his broken sword. The juicy Bella says she wants to stay to help Cirrus. Tyr also says he won't run away. But she looks at him and says, "You don't need to stay. I'll do it because of Sirius." Tyr says he knows, but he's the only B rank here. He's going to destroy these creatures, and he's not going to run away. The devil warns everyone, "Even after seeing my power, you're trying to escape? Don't underestimate me." But in 1 second, Cirrus is about to cut his arm. He uses that instant ability of his. The demon dodges by a small fraction, but Cirrus takes the opportunity to run toward the ritual. Scared by our guy's speed, who already runs off, the boss is confused with why he's running to the altar. Cirrus is really close to obtaining what he's been desiring for such a long time. While Tyr and Bella take the opportunity to strike the boss back, Tyr thinks to himself, "That's the opportunity." But in the blink of an eye, the demon stops both attacks with his bare hands. He aims at Sarah, saying, "This bastard is fast like a cockroach, but I'm going to end this." But Bella tells the boss she will not let him attack Cirrus. With a beautiful cut and angle, she thrusts her sword with Tyr, making the boss lose his balance and barely missing the attack on Cirrus. He uses the explosion shockwave to launch himself to the altar. He's almost there. His antidote is 1 finger's distance when he's stopped. The altar is protected by a magic array that sends him flying to the other side of the room. The boss tells him he created the magic array, and as long as he's breathing, it will be impossible to break it. Cirrus thinks, "Makes sense. Just taking the elixir would be too easy. We need to kill you to proceed." That's when he notices the leg by his side and goes to see who it is. while Tyr and Bella are being beaten by the boss, who's saying they're arrogant just by having the courage to attack him. Tyr and Bella fall to the ground. Surus is thinking, what is the female monster that I let escape? How did she end up like this? Sada is a bit red, trembling, and big, telling Cirrus to be quiet so no one knows they're there at the moment. Nazar, the boss, is saying his ritual needs a calm place, so he needs to finish them. It's time for their death. From far, Cirrus sees everything and is scared that Bella is in danger. He gives a mushroom to Satyr and goes rushing to help his friends. Satyr sees the healing mushroom and begins to cry. The system tells Cirrus the female monster Satyr is developing affection toward him. Completed the weapon requirements. Please choose one. Cirrus is surrounded by cards. While Tyr and Bella are about to die, Cirrus shouts to the system to skip that he needs to save his friends. But the system insists he needs to choose one right now. He picks up a random card, getting a golden and red blade, the exploding garment divine sword. He rushes behind the boss, telling him to test his new blade. But once more, Nazir grabs it with bare hands and tells him, "You fell for it. They were just bait. My target was you, human cockroach. And now, at such a close distance," Cirrus shouts, slicing Nazir's hands once more. But he could only leave a small scratch. Nazir laughs in his face. But suddenly, all of his clothes explode, revealing Jaucus's voluptuous, curvaceous body that I know no one expected to be an Roman 20 chromosome holder. Nazir gets shy, asking, where the hell did her clothes go? While Bella and Tyr are asking themselves the same thing. This Cirrus stripped the boss. With an indomitable expression and a nose bleeding, Cirrus says this monster is truly powerful. The sword he got from the system has two effects. On the first strike, it explodes enemies' clothes. But on the second one, it activates the ultimate move, the Divine Sword Descent. Nazir is trying to cover herself up, saying she never expected such a despicable move and that now she's really going to kill him. But without hesitation, Cirrus tries to attack her. She skillfully dodges. Staring at her, Cirrus thinks, my first attack exploded her top. Now I need to hit once more to vanish her underneath. Then I just need to knock off her face mask, and I will be able to trigger the ultimate move that is going to kill her. All I need to do is use my unique flash/cut. But the system tells him he can only use that 6 more times. Cirrus tells the system his only skill is absolute trash. The system asks if he wants to turn it off. But he just says no and teleports, aiming at Nazir's legs once more. With a swift jump, she dodges in the air. She's thinking, why is he aiming at my legs? He is not trying to destroy my lower robe, right? Poor Nazir. No hesitation. Cirrus goes for another slash. She calls him a filthy bastard and steps on his chest, sending him far away. He's able to stop himself with the sword, but his nose is broken. But for him, that pain is much lesser than the curse's pain, so he rushes her once more. The skill has a 10-second cooldown, so he dodges some of Nazir's attacks while decreasing the distance between them. When the 10 seconds are up, he uses once more the swift body slash, aimed at the leg, saying, let's see how you can dodge from something so close. He feels his sword went through something and knows he's landed a hit. But when he looks up, Nazir is standing on her tail, telling him if it were not for the fear of showing the mountain, she would have already killed him. Using a laser attack that Cirrus narrowly dodges, she keeps striking while he's trying to gain time to use his swift attack again. But at some point, he gets cornered and has to deflect the attack head-on. The explosions and shockwaves are extremely strong. Tyr can't believe what he's seeing. How could an F rank do that? Even I, who is a B rank, can't do anything. After the dust settles, Cirrus is impressed with his sword. He tells Nazir that now her attacks will be useless against him. Nazir tells him this is true, it's hard for her to kill him, but it's easy to kill his friend, already sending a fire strike in her direction. At that second, Surus uses his swift slash to cut Nazir's nails while he instantly goes to Bella's direction. Nazir shoots one more time in Surus's back, thinking he's dumb for turning his back on her. But in the middle of the way, he turns and faces the attack head-on again. Bella is there, sitting in a very comfy and relaxing position. Just the shockwave is enough to break her armor, exposing what Sirius's strength that is exposed and becomes clear to everyone. Even Nazir is losing her patience with how hard it is to kill that boy. But that's when she notices the ritual is in need of more firewood to keep going, or she'll lose her 100 years of work. But Bella suddenly feels strange, saying her body feels hot, and I'm also feeling some extra warmth. Damn, Bella. She loses her ability to control herself and wraps her hands around Surus's head, panting in need of some more oxygen. She pulls Surus closer. While from behind, Tyre is shocked. We see her opening her mouth to the point of a cup about to be swallowed, slowly getting closer. But Surus remembers the first time he saw her, when she looked like Luke. He smacks her with a mewing jawline. He jumps back, saying he doesn't want to do that. While Tyr asks what she's doing, Bella regains her consciousness, asking herself why she was trying to kiss Surus even her tongue was out of her mouth, and she didn't notice. Even worse, they're in the middle of a battle. She's shy and embarrassed, trying to hide herself, while Tyr is asking if she's poisoned because she's red and panting, and also she's not the type of girl that acts this way. At that moment, Nair opens her arms to bring some meat of the monsters to use as fuel for the ritual. Surus notices she's burning all the blood of the demon god. He knows he needs to stop that quickly. He has a plan. He'll utilize all of his power in an explosive attack. But for that, he needs Bella. He goes to her and says, "I've figured out a way to defeat the boss now, but I need your cooperation." She's shy. Tyre knows something bad is coming. Brave and courageous as a soldier that fights for the good of all humanity, Surus tells her they need to connect their USB ports so he can charge his power to defeat the boss. While she's listening to Surus explaining every single detail of the plan, she's getting more and more happy. While Tyr can't understand how Surus can explain that plan with such a straight face, she's already on her side. Surus is trying to comfort her, saying, "I know it must be difficult for you, but I beg you." Her agitation value goes up to 93%. But suddenly, Tyre grabs Sarah's hand, telling him to stop thinking about those things in the middle of the battle. He looks at Bella and says, "Don't trust him." With a happy face, she tells Surus she trusts his words. Tyre is shocked, while Bella is saying she knows it will be embarrassed, but only to kill the boss. She'll accept it. It's incredible the determination of this duo, really going through thick and thin to save their species. She grabs Sur's head once more. All he could remember was the younger goblin Bella. While Surus is going crazy, the poor Tyr takes a critical hit. As some sort of memory reflex, Surus pushes Bella away. She's now on the floor, confused. Suddenly, Surus gains 5,000 stats because he made a guy a cuck. Through a beautiful angle, we see Surus telling Bella her help isn't needed anymore. He's feeling stronger. But she doesn't want him to go, so she asks, "What if you still couldn't defeat the boss?" With her crossed legs and 99% agitation, she asks once more, "Don't you really need my help?" Sirius bluntly tells her no. He goes running while Bella is suffering on the floor with a rejection. While Tyr, defeated, is asking her, "Bella, I know Surus is stronger than me, and that's why you have a crush on him, but I want to ask." But before we see the answer, we see Surus going for Nair. His plan is to hit leg and head at the same time and then finish everything in an instant. With 5,000 extra points, all he needs is to find an opening. Nazir is looking at her cauldron, noticing it's too cold. She needs more fuel. Maybe those humans will do. She starts to fly and tells Ciri to be grateful because all of them will become sacrifices. She lets her rounded mountains feel some windy while conjuring her most powerful spell. The only thing Surus thinks is, it's really big. The attack goes head-on. Surus tries to block it, but his magic power used to resist is rapidly going down. After just a second, he's depleted. Nazir tells him the battle is over, but that's when a beautiful hand surrounds his face, turning his head. He sees a blonde goddess telling him she knew he needed her big helpers. Without hesitation, Surus becomes an alpinist and starts to enjoy the mountains. But unfortunately for Tyr, his heart is broken. Bella knows Tyr likes her, but she already told him she's had someone in her heart since childhood, and that never changed. While Surus is climbing to new heights literally, in all senses his powers are surging. His stats increase by 27,500. His aura is destroying the whole room. Nair can't believe what she's seeing. He should have no way to fight back now, but there he is with his golden aura bursting. But even in that moment, Nazir is feeling confident. She tells him no matter how much he increases his power, he's just a simple human being. She's about to say he's nothing but an ant when he vanishes in front of her. In a second, a vertical cut goes through her entire body. That's the strength and swift body slash that breaks Nazir's mask. And now, Sur's final move, the Holy Sword Descent, has been unlocked. Nazir is screaming to the heavens. How did he dare to hurt my face? She uses all her powers to create a gigantic sun over her head with all her power infused. But Cirrus is relentless. When she uses her attack, he uses his sword descent. An enormous golden sword strikes right above Nazir. The shockwave destroys everything around. When the dust settles, the only thing left is Nazir's body in the same way she came to this world. His divine attack is in cooldown for 20 seconds, and he runs for the demon blood. But the magic array isn't destroyed. From the floor, Nazir tells him, I will never allow filthy humans to touch the demon god's holy blood. Surus is waiting for the cooldown and tells her, I will take care of you in 9 seconds. That's when he looks back and sees Bella and Tyr dropped on the floor. Nazir stands up, screaming it's about time to see the superior race monster or humans. But Surus just runs to grab his friends. He's more worried about saving them. While Nazir falls to the ground, thinking humans are truly foolish, Surus is shouting to the system to find the shortest route out of there. But a creature is observing them from the side. It died and appears in front of him. Bella sees how much Cirrus is fighting for her. She remembers that in their childhood, everyone would make fun of her. But it was Cirrus that always would stand up and punch anyone who tried to bully her. Cirrus uses once more his swift body slash to cut the monster. While Bella's mind is being filled with all the kindness Cirrus has shown her, that's when Nazir makes a critical move. She uses herself as a sacrifice to the Demon King's blood. A dragon uses a fire breath attack on Cirrus, but he skillfully dodges and finishes off another creature. While Nazir is being burned for the holy demon, suddenly Cirrus's weapon disappears, and the system tells him the enemy has been defeated and the weapon has returned to the system. After 12 hours, the weapon will be back. Cirrus thinks it doesn't matter because they've just reached the exit of the dungeon. Right at the entrance, the captain, the ones able to survive, sees Cirrus coming back. The captain loses his mind and shouts, "Cirrus, how dare you defy my order and attempt to run? You are out of the expedition team, and the guild is not going to help you anymore, and now I will execute you." But one instant, and Cirrus' foot is in his face. He couldn't care less about the captain and just keeps running with his friends. Back to the dungeon, Satyr is observing what's about to come out of the ritual. From a fountain of blood, two pale hands open the red curtains. Sat feels a chilling sensation as if her body is being stabbed by countless needles. The pale creature appears with red hair and a femoid body. It's the demon god, Off. Sat tries to escape from the place as quickly as possible. But Ast notices her. With a flick of his finger, he destroys everything in the way, revealing Satyr and making every creature of the whole dungeon fall to the lowest floor. All the monsters ask if that's Nazir, but Ast just says Nazir is dead, and he needs a new servant now. Instantly, a bunch of goblins fall to their knees, beginning to serve him. But Ast says, "Ugly," and kills everyone. He wants something beautiful at his side, so he goes to Satyr and tells her she looks good. He asks her to raise her head while opening her mouth. Hesitant and with tears in her eyes, she does as he pours some green blood into her mouth. Satyr instantly feels her body is being healed, and happiness is flowing. Ast grabs her by the chin, explaining his blood can heal and fortify her immune system. But the digestion process causes some overflowing happiness. Then he tells Satyr it's getting dark, she should find a room and wait for him there.